so I can cheat and read the chat. And I can see that Ashley, I think, was the first one. So, hey! And I can see that Raymond is here and Audra is here. Oh, Audra, we got news for you. Nella's here as well. She sent me a birthday card. It's going to probably be in my post box when I get home. So, oh, and Matthew's here. Audra, good news. Remember the Dina that you made me the duvet that you made me for my birthday? Okay, so if you didn't realize last week, there was a little bit of drinking to celebrate Karl's birthday. So naturally we can't drive, so we slept in the textile house with the wonderful, wonderful new duvet. Oh my God, that thing is warm. So if you didn't get to see it, I think you got to go like 2 weeks back or 2 episodes back anyway, and you can see the duvet that she handmade, and it was really nice and comfortable. I didn't want to get out of the bed in the morning, and it had nothing to do with a headache. No, we were actually quite behaved at that party. Anyway, we're in the store because it's too dark outside. I can show you. Well, I mean, it's a little light, but it's dark enough that the camera won't register it. Let's see, and we can look up. That's Greg driving away. There you go. A little bit higher, maybe see the waterfall? No, kind of. There it is. Anyway, that's the last of the light. So as we found out last week, we didn't have as much time as we thought, so we're just going to do the whole thing indoors. So I guess we're indoors until February, so if you have some really cool ideas for backgrounds, we could actually send from the house in Sharping, because we did something fun there, but I'll let Karl explain it to you. He's always got a colorful way of explaining things. So, Heidi's here too, and Kiwi and Susan, and I can see everybody. Okay, so I was supposed to do lots of needle binding this week because winter is coming. And we have this many hats. And hats are something I can make pretty quickly, I think. But that's it. So we're making a hat stand, and I need to fill that up with hats. But fortunately, these are fast. So these ones I made a couple weeks ago. That one before then. This is the new one. And it looks oddly a lot like that one because I think the other one I made with this one was this color and it's sold already, so I made another one. So I made one hat this whole week. It took me like less than 3 hours, but I made one hat. It's only less than 3 hours because I did also stitch and it's not super tight. I hear it, Karl. You look different in daylight. Yeah, so I'm showing the needle binding now, getting it out of the way. That's all I did. I made one hat today, this week. No, I did actually quite a bit more. I made sheep. So I have to show you the sheep. I made lots of sheep now. There's a whole bunch of sheep. And I did them with I used to make them all this angle, but now I did this one. He's jumping. That one, I didn't have a light background, so I had to felt a background. And then there's 2 more. The one on the right, Karl and I decided to keep one that looks something like that. But there's some more. Let's see. I shouldn't go too fast. I put sheep everywhere. Did I put one over here? Oops, sorry, going fast. No, we'll see. Nope, that's not a sheep. That's a picture. Oh, that's a Yannick Weiss one. And Kristen made that. Let's see. Oh, I see one. This one I had fun doing a story with. You see it up there, that one. It's on a piece of felt that's about 1/2 centimeter thick. It looks. So I had fun on Instagram. So I put out a story where I did half a sheep and then I finished the sheep and then I did the other one and only showed one sheep at a time. And then the swirls, and then at the end of the whole long story thing revealed what the whole thing looked like. I think that took me about a day to make, but unfortunately, it comes with a pretty huge price tag because that piece of felt that's 1/2 meter or 1/2 centimeter thick, they don't make it anymore. But the fun thing with that felt is that you can't see the stitches on the back side. It's just stitched through the top. And then sheep. Oh, there's a lot of sheep for Raymond, the sheep herder. He's very excited over there. He's a sheep herder until we say otherwise. Let's see. There's 2 more sheep. Oh, these are new. We didn't have these last year. These sheep I didn't make. These things actually sell really well. We have, how many of these have you sold recently, Carl?
Not many.
No, I've been selling crap loads all summer, but I'm in the shop more than you two.
No, it's a typical grandma gift. Grandmas buy them for the grandchildren.
Oh, maybe. We had some kids that were buying these small ones. That's why I think there's only 2 left. Because it was nice soft wool. I thought it was the same wool as the sheep, but I see it's actually synthetic. Arlene loves sheep. Hi, Arlene. Okay, I got some more sheep.
So I guess she is either Australian or Belgian.
Canadian. Close. Oh, we had people from Canada today. They were from Toronto. I was so excited because it sounded like my dialect. Because Toronto is, well, as the crows fly, is about 8 hours from where I live. Then there's a bunch of little sheep. See, I'm running out of places to put sheep. But I thought I'd make a crap load of these. They're actually selling pretty well. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think about framing my embroidery until they started doing well. But so I made a whole bunch more because we have a Christmas market. I can't say that. Christmas market at the end of November. So, oh good, Heidi likes the sheep. Love Taya sheep. Love the sheep. I forgot where the other big one is. I made another big picture, but I can't remember where I put it. Oh, new t-shirts. Oh, Taya's made new clothes, by the way. So there's a lot of new pieces. And then this t-shirt, what do you think? Yay or nay? This ended up being a much bigger print than she was thinking of. I think you know the one I'm talking about, the big yellow thing. So Aileen got those this year to try it out, and she didn't know the print was going to be that big. Oh no, Karin is missing the big picture. No, so she didn't know. What do you think about that one, Karl? It's a very modern Viking.
Yeah, no, it's not my type of thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if it sells well.
Actually, I've sold a couple
The
of them.
hats with that symbol on sell pretty well.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've sold one of those to an American. But Americans love hats. And we got Sigrun's t-shirts in this year, or shirts in this year. Sigrun is from Iceland. I think her company name is Sigrun. Yeah. She'll be here in December, the beginning of December. More clothes. What else did we get that was new this year? While I'm trying to figure out where I put my sheep. Oh, these are new. They're silver and bronze, but they're new. This is the one Kristen got me for my birthday. You know exactly how much she loves me. This one sells really well for silver. I don't know if you can see it, but that's a new supplier, and they're on leather cords. So, let's see, I'm still finding the sheep. Oh, we got a lot of new bronze and stuff too. So now it is over the busy season, and we've shortened our hours from 10:30 from full time to 10:30 to 2. So we're only open 10:30 to 2, which means I have the rest of the day to work on web shop. So I have to put these in there. But I think I'm going to have to actually do more online shopping. Basically having people, you connect live and you spend 15 minutes with them running around the store and picking out what they want, and then you create an order and send it to them. I don't know if I can do that for anywhere other than Norway, though, because it is ungodly expensive to send it anywhere other than Norway.
If the customer is willing to find out, then it's not.
Yeah, that's true. I did manage to send one to Austria, but I had for 312 kroner with regular postage and tracking. These are new, too.
That is not really horrendously expensive if you're buying for a couple of thousand.
No, but it's not DHL. It's not. It's just regular postage tracking. So I had to enter it in manually because the ones that come up automatically are going to start at 400 or 500 kroner because they're for DHL. Shipping is not right now everywhere, says Ashley. She's true. It's true. But in Norway, you can send anything under the size of a dishwasher for 149 kroner, and it has tracking. So these are the pictures that Rosanna made, the one from Netherlands who was here not too long ago. So we have to varnish these, and then they go, well, actually they're for sale now, but they're all on wood. She did these all kind of freehand, but they're based on the tapestry. Am I no longer going to get the historical glasses? I'm assuming you're talking about the drinking glasses and not my glasses, which I'm still working on.
We do still have some historical glass over here.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you got to be behind the camera when you talk, though, Karl, because they can't hear you. The front microphone doesn't like YouTube. Which one? We're shadowing. Which one?
Well, all of them are historical glass, but
What's wrong with these ones here?
what do you mean wrong with them?
I thought the stems weren't.
No,
the holders aren't.
The holders are not historical. The entire point of having a drink is to drink it, not to put it down.
Okay, demonstrate with that one. The big one. Oh, I'll turn the camera. Actually, it's easier to see you this way. There you go. Okay.
You hold it like this, you drink it out, and you put it down flat like this. I found a little bit of a tidbit about Viking drinking culture that kind of impressed me today. You might have heard me laugh for a short moment in the office earlier.
Oh, no, I missed it.
Håkon the Good, second king of Norway. According to Snorri Sturlason, he's a closeted Christian. But he is also kind of a nice guy, so he doesn't want to force Christianity on people.
Yeah.
But he says that I don't really care if you are celebrating Christmas or if you are celebrating the Midwinterblot, but I want every free man to drink a certain amount of alcohol at the end of December by our time standards.
Yeah.
And I was looking at Jason Crawford's YouTube channel, and he said Viking age measurements are kind of tricky to calculate, but by his calculations, he is talking about something like 4 gallons of alcohol over a period of about 3 days.
Holy crap.
So this might be the only culture in the world where you would be pulled over and fined if you were too sober.
I think maybe you're not so shiny in that way. It's hard to, the lights in here are really, either really strong or not strong enough. So 4 gallons, we can do that. How much did you drink last weekend, by the way?
Not even close to half a gallon.
With a whole, I swear to God, this isn't made for kids episode.
Yeah, no, that was, I drank like half a horn, probably, because it foamed so crazily that I...
Oh yeah, the beer in the horn. Yeah, you had that on, we were trying to show that on YouTube, you doing a school thing, but it didn't, it got so dark. That's when we realized we're screwed, we can't be outside anymore.
Yeah, and you can see out the window how dark it is outside.
Yeah, it's already getting darker. I just showed him a minute ago, but you can see how much darker it is now. And then... Nope, you're seeing more reflection now. It's getting too dark. So...
Oh.
What?
It just occurred to me that we forgot to try to mix the honey in a drink last week.
That's right! Ellen's honey. This is actually, you can't get more local than this because the bees are on the other side of the river. What were you going to do with this? You were going to...
No, I don't know exactly. I just know that you can use honey in some hot drinks.
Were you going to heat beer and put honey in it? That sounds ridiculously disgusting.
Well, actually, apparently it's not.
No?
Because...
oh yeah, you got him out of the light.
Toril's son,
Yeah?
he makes kind of
There.
cheating mead. It's not
Yeah.
real mead, but it is as close as you can get without having real mead. By mixing beer, ale, and honey, and then heat it up.
You heat it. I could imagine it maybe cold, but I mean, obviously you got to liquefy the honey a bit. But
This is the
just hot beer sounds like
Well,
something that
this-
should be on a steak.
this is the issue with. According to Toril, this is an old Norwegian tradition. This is the
Yeah.
first time I've heard of it. But
She's got a lot of interesting old Norwegian
Toril
traditions.
is an old Norwegian lady, so obviously
Oh
she
my
would
God,
know.
she's gonna kill you.
She would know old
Twirl's
Norwegian
the
traditions.
boss. Oh, it's still trying to. Oh, there's the other sheep. I knew I made another big one. Okay, I think we found all the sheep now. I made a crap load of sheep. Oh yeah, and there's one. There was. Oh, I remember where I put it. The one that looks like the one you and I got. Because when I spun the wool, I think there was one part of the wool where it just got some brown in it when I made the white. And there it is. So I tried to do it intentionally on this one, but maybe if I take it down, it won't glare so much. But the middle of it was brown and it sort of just shaded out to this natural color or the regular color of the sheep on the outer edges, but it looks so kind of cool. So I tried to do it this time with the gray. But this is the one, a brown version of this one that we kept actually. It's like brown in the middle and then it goes white. It looked really cool just because it did that naturally. All right, I'm done showing sheep now. I think I've showed every single sheep in the store. Bonus points if you find more sheep. Can you not get the glasses without the holders to sell?
I think the holder is included.
The holder's included, yeah.
but obviously you can throw it away. If you're a blacksmith, you can make something useful out of it. And if you are a tiny little girl, you can use it as a holder.
These actually, they use these same glasses at Midgard in Bora, Midgard Historic Viking Center. If you eat a dinner there, they serve out of these glasses, and so do we. So even though the stands are maybe more medieval, they actually do it that way too.
No,
so people don't have
they're
to.
completely modern.
They're completely modern. Okay. But they do that too, to use
people
those.
who wants to put down their drink will just make a glass that you can put down. This kind of works against the entire purpose of the design of the glass.
Okay. So show me another fun drinking glass. We've got more here.
Well,
And can you do one without opening the case? I see the one we got you. This is the one I got Karl for his birthday last year. That's a real fun one, watching him drink out of the snobbles. Every single one of those little divots.
I really like the claw bakers. They are from basically right before the Viking Age, or the very early Viking Age.
Yeah, because those little claws, they fill up with beer too. So it's like this one. Oops, we're super zoomed. Like these. So with this one, can you explain how that cup worked? And I'll turn the camera so they can hear you. Oop.
Oh, it works.
Yep. What was the thing with the snobble glasses?
Well,
These are called snobbles or trunks.
You put alcohol in them and you drink from them.
Yeah, but what was the issue you had?
No, every time you drink, the trunks on your side or the claws on your side will fill up with whatever liquid you're drinking. So you don't get that, and when you turn it back down again, it flows back into them. So you kind of have to turn it and drink, and then turn it and drink, and you have to keep doing that for a very long time to empty the glass.
So the OCD person gets drunk real fast.
Yeah.
What's the other glass? Can you show?
Which other glass?
All of them. Do you know the history behind these glasses?
I used to be better at it. I can say that these two are Roman.
You have to pick it up.
This is Roman.
Ah.
And so is this.
Oh, that has an interesting shade. If you turn it, you can see, you just tilt it a little bit, you can see there's like ribbing in there. I don't know if it shows up. Oh, what was that one? Is that also Roman? Did they import glass?
The Vikings would have to, because they couldn't make it themselves.
I thought they made beads, but with the leftover pieces.
No, well, maybe you can heat it up enough and play with it, but they didn't have a culture for glass blowing in Northern Europe in the Viking Age.
Chug a lug with this one.
That flask is probably later. I don't know for sure, but flasks is not something you associate with the Viking Age. So I would guess later, possibly much later.
Yeah. What about these though? This I didn't think was going to be.
Also a flask.
Because this looks kind of modern to me. But
I would say long after the Viking Age.
Yeah.
If I'm to take a wild stab in the dark, I don't know, but I don't think they have flasks like that at all in the Viking Age.
No, that was kind of surprising to me. They look like those medicine ones. And this one. This is kind of cute.
Yeah, but again, I don't know. I would guess again later.
Look at that, I showed all the glass and didn't break anything.
One glass I think is pretty cool, and I saw it not that long ago, so we probably have it somewhere.
Have to check chat too. Very technical, fill them with alcohol and you drink from it, says Raymond. Shut up. You guys. Okay, I've been working all day. And I even broke the register today, so. He also says, suddenly we're watching an episode of Antiques Roadshow. It is. I know I didn't do enough needle binding today, and Karl still hasn't learned. Oh, Karl, you have to learn how to needle bind now that we're indoors again. Oh, the lights are either directly in your eyes or not.
This thing.
Oh, we were talking about that thing.
Yeah.
You can stick your finger in
Can
it.
anybody see what this is?
No, it's not that. I just had a Charlotte in my head thinking something perverse. Okay, see it? Yeah, you can. It looks like a half moon guy. Oh, he's got a sun in one eye. Or is that supposed to be a missing eye? I don't know if you can see that. Here, I'll turn it around. You can hold it in front of the camera. Let's see. There we go, too close. He's got a sun in one eye. Or is that a sun, or is that just a ripped out eye of Odin?
I wouldn't know.
It looks more like a sun to me, though. But what is this thing?
Has anybody tried to guess?
No. What do you think it is? And no, it's not a perverted thing, I don't think.
I don't know.
Is it because you're still trying to figure out what this is and then you're going to tell them what we're going to do with it?
Well,
we looked it up.
we kind of have figured out what it is.
Yeah?
The function of it is to be at the tip of a staff or a stick.
Yeah. She says, no idea.
Shot
Another one
glass.
says shot glass. Oh, yeah, tip it upside down and drink from it. You could do that.
You could do that.
And you couldn't put it down, typical Viking.
Yeah.
It would fall
Would
over.
work for that purpose.
Yeah.
The explanation I found when I tried to Google the thing, it's from glass something in Sweden.
Scanglass.
No?
No,
the
it's
name
Norwegian.
of the place is glass something.
Oh.
And it's a place in Sweden. It's a god figure, probably Odin, meant to be on top of a staff. I strongly suspect that this is a mace head because it's heavy. It has a pronounced beak that is basically unnecessary because he has the worst. Either this is meant as a weapon or this guy has the worst rockabilly hairdo I've ever seen. And if you put a shaft on this and you tap somebody gently over the head with it, you'll kill them.
Okay, so when we were talking about this, Greg and I are looking at this, and apparently, I told Greg what I thought it looked like, and he said, I told Karl that, and he thought I was nuts. I thought if he puts this on the top of a staff, he will be competing with Draco Malfoy's father, Lucius Malfoy, because it would look, or Voldemort's staff, because it looks...
I don't think you're nuts. I just think you're over-focusing on British magicians.
It does. It looks like it. Oh, what's the other one we thought? It also could be from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or something like that.
That's
It also looks like one of those things. Anybody else get the Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom?
If you just find the right height of the staff and you look through these holes and you see Polaris in one and your mother-in-law in the other, you're standing over the Ark of the Covenant.
Her mother-in-law's got a lot of skills. Wait. Hello, dude bros. Adrian's here too. I saw Albert earlier, by the way. Adrian and Albert. So, Adrian, is that what you thought it would be, Adrian? I mean, this? You think you get the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom vibes, or Lucius Malfoy staff vibes, or did you actually think that looks like a god of Odin? Greg is making a staff thing for that, isn't it? Or somebody?
Well, it's probably
You
somewhere
gotta
on
put
this
that
list.
back. I don't know where you got it.
I got him from here with all of his friends. And we have a lot of these.
He's got all of his friends. Oh God, there's a whole colony of them. Doesn't show up too well, but how much are these things? They're heavy.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
$4.39. Huh. Kroner. Sorry, not dollars. Adrian says, not quite Mola Ram, but I guess. Oh yeah, like the hairdo you had on there. Did I give you a task today? Find new books. We got a crap load of new keychains too, by the way.
I haven't even looked at the books for a while.
Yeah. We got new magnets. We didn't, everybody kept asking for magnets, so that's the picture I took. And the other one's Georg. Let's see.
Don't know. Good. Don't know.
Wait, there.
Very good. Looks good. Looks good. Very good. Don't know. Fuck all of this.
Well, actually, you got Audrey on here too. He was buying books, and he told me not to show him any more books, so I think you should show him some books. This is the hot recommendation by most of us.
Yeah.
The Children of Ash and Elm. We actually have that in hardcover too. Here,
Well, basically,
we got both.
if I'm dealing with smart tourists, I recommend this one.
Yeah.
And if I'm dealing with either younger or not so smart tourists, I recommend this one.
That one just sounds so stupid.
No, it's
The unofficial Norse manual for Norse warriors manual.
It's actually pretty
It's like how to
good.
train your Viking.
It's written in a kind of silly way. The advantages of riding the Franks and stuff
Okay,
like
I bet you meant raiding, not riding the Franks.
You can't have one without the other.
There's pictures in here, color. Oh, I want that brooch.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good and it's simplistic.
It's a Viking in here.
I have found one or two things wrong in here, but generally speaking, it's good.
Yeah? His beard has a lot of fluff to it. Okay, so what did you think was good? How to join a Viking warband. What to look for in a good Viking leader. How to behave at a feast. Oh, I think you need to answer these questions. Karl, how do you join a Viking war band?
Well, you would generally have to impress the leader or be somehow familiarly associated with him or one of his men.
Yeah.
It's not really, they're not really having an interview process.
Put it here. Okay, next question. What do you look for in a good Viking leader? I like these questions.
Somebody who never breaks his word.
Yeah.
Does not lie under any fucking circumstances.
Ooh,
That's the unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, bravery. Bribery. Yeah, okay, that too, but bravery first and foremost.
Bravery.
And that he is a gift giver.
Yeah.
Somebody can give away stuff like this is a good leader almost by definition.
So that's the one I gave you. No, that's the one that's the one Turl gave you. Does that mean she's a good leader?
Pretty much by definition,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's starting to be a while since the last time she gave me one, so...
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Turl. Okay, how to behave at a feast?
Get drunk. Do not stay away from the alcohol. You have to get drunk, because if not, you're not one of the guys.
Yeah.
Do not swear things, if you can avoid it at all. And if somebody brings a boar into the locale and wants people to touch the boar and say things, make sure that everything you swear is something you can actually deliver on. Because if you swear something, particularly if you do it around Yule time, Christmas, and you are touching a boar for some reason while you swear it,
Do you do that often?
and if you can't pull that off, the very best case scenario for you is to go into self-imposed exile. Alternatively, you can die trying, or alternatively, you can die from something else before you get to it. But it's generally, if you swear at Yuletide, it's generally 1 year deadline to fulfill your oath. And for some reason, Vikings being morons, the thing they keep swearing to is, I want to bang that lady, or I want to marry that lady. And if that doesn't work out,
He was pointing to
then,
me.
well, you're either dead or exiled at the end of the year. So married, dead, or exiled is like the three alternatives you have if you swear that you're going to marry a certain lady.
Okay, we'll talk about your exile later. What weapons and armor to choose?
You want something for distance. I would recommend javelins, because if somebody is so far away that you want to use a bow to shoot them, they're not really a threat for you either. You want a spear. You kind of have to have a spear. It's mandatory. And you want a belt weapon. I would say that if you can afford one, the sword is better than the axe. But if not, get an axe with a very tiny little head
Like
and
that
a
one?
fairly long shaft.
Yeah. Loaded question. Your javelins, by the way, we were playing with those last year. Did you ever get those fixed? Or finished? There was like a summer ago that the heads popped
They
off.
are working, kind of.
I threw one and hit the target. And remember he said you'd never hear the end of it?
No, and quod ergo demonstradum.
Okay, how to fight in a shield wall.
Yeah.
You're not going to demonstrate that for us? You need a couple of books.
I might...
Here, you can demonstrate a shield wall. Take this book.
I might be a contrarian, but I really don't believe in the shield wall as
No?
it is portrayed in TV series and by most Viking reenactors.
Okay, why?
Because it just wouldn't fucking work. If I'm standing like this with the shield in front of me, overlapping with the guy next to me on both sides,
Yeah.
and I have another guy up my ass doing the same thing, how the hell am I fighting in this position?
You're not. The guy behind you is supposed to be sticking a spear out between the two.
Yeah, how the hell is he doing that? Because this formation has to move. And he has this long stick going down here while he is basically...
Maybe they don't move fast.
Then what's the threat? You could just put the stick in the ground and have the same effect.
Yeah.
I think shield wall is a poetic term, meaning there is a fuckload of guys with shields here and they're standing in kind of a line.
We did a little quick video from, I think I posted it on Viking Valley, Facebook, but a little video of Robin busting a free shield wall when the Polish were here. It was quite cool. He just barreled into him and all three of them fell over, and then he's just kind of sitting there going, yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
It was cute.
As I say, there are some circumstances where a tight formation with overlapping shields, like the Roman testudo, makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's very, very limited situations. If you have a wall of spears pointing in a certain direction, you will very much convince cavalry not to charge you in the front.
Yeah.
But because horses and people are not stupid, so they were probably not going to do that anyway. The other situation is if you want to stop a hail of arrows. So if you're moving closer to a castle wall, for instance, then having some kind of shield wall kind of makes sense. But fighting in that formation is dumb, because if your opponent chooses not to fight like that, you're going to lose.
But if you had two shield walls hitting each other, that would kind of be...
Well, then you have two retards trying to fuck a doorknob.
Not for kids. Okay, next question. How to plunder a monastery and ransom a monk. Oh, Greg should be here for this.
Yeah, that's the important thing with plundering the monastery. The monks are valuable too, so try not to kill them. But if they get in your way, obviously kill one of them in a very spectacular way, so that the other ones see what's up.
If you're Ragnar Lodbrok in a TV series, you just invite him into the bed with you.
The monk?
Oh yeah, he did. It was horrible. He and Lagatha and a monk, apparently. Well, no, the monk said no.
So that's why Greg is wearing that monk's robes all the time.
I think he's right. Definitely not for kids. Go to bed, kids. No, it does say, actually, not for 18 and under. So, especially last week, oh my God. Okay, Adrian says, I read that one would swear on the god of Bragi, and since so many did not fulfill it, it became the origin for the English word to brag.
Possibly.
Makes sense.
It is possible. But in the pagan times, so before Christianity, this goes far into Christianity too. Oaths are taken extremely seriously. If you swear an actual oath, I'm going to do this thing, and you don't do that thing, then even far into the high Middle Ages, you would be in serious trouble. So I don't think that was something that was commonly done. When we have a problem with vulgarity, cursing and swearing.
You mean like on this YouTube channel?
In general, everywhere.
Okay.
It basically goes into three categories originally. Cursing, which means exactly what it sounds like it means. You are putting a curse on somebody. So the Norwegian word pokker, which is considered very mild Norwegian swearing.
Pokker means damn.
Yes,
Yeah.
but what it actually means, and it's a short form of, is pox be upon you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Basically, I hope you get
The Italian thing.
get the plague and die.
The puck be on you.
And that would be considered a curse because I think that words are magical. Swearing is if you promise to do something, you are kind of binding yourself to do exactly that thing.
Yeah.
And doing that while drunk or without a very good reason is obviously very dangerous. And the last one, blasphemy, that's a Christian thing, but, well, Judeo-Christian thing. That might have had something similar in the Viking Age, but we don't know that.
I see Maria popped in. She says, hola, she's from Denmark. Watching from her beeswax workspace. I am currently making small batches of wax for sewing. We need wax in this store. We don't actually have wax in here. We don't need much of it, just a couple of pieces to...
Talk to your honey girl.
well, I need some wax. I don't know where to get some. Albert says, I'm looking at getting all the bronze and silver god statues. I was thinking, though, the bronze ones that we have more of them over there too. I'll have to show them in a minute. But there was the one they found at least not too far from where I live in Vestby. I think they found it in Hvidsten. Soon. It's like a horse anyway, and they claimed that one was used as a weight to determine how much money should be paid. Like this, we know this horse weighs this amount, so you put it on the one side of the scale. That's your horse anyway, and on the other side you put the amount of silver.
Entirely possible. But the immediate question is, how would I know that?
I don't know, good point. Maybe they found it with a set of scales. I don't know, but it makes sense anyway, because then, no one's going to take your little bronze figure.
But there are so many common sense things that sounds plausible until you... I don't immediately believe things. That's my problem.
Okay, there's some 2 more questions, I think. How to navigate at sea?
Well, as long as you know certain things for sure. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Yeah.
As long as you're in the northern hemisphere, it will be in the south at the middle of the day. Seabirds don't fly extremely far out into the sea. So if there are no birds, there are no land anywhere near you. Polaris is always to the north, and you can find Polaris by finding the Karlsvogna or the Big Dipper or whatever you Americans call it. And look at the
Ursa
last
Major and Ursa
wall
Minor.
of no, it's the first wall of the actual wagon. And you take 5 lengths upwards, then you get to Polaris.
Oh, the North Star.
That star is always in the north.
What about the stone thing?
They might have used the sunstone thing, but I'm not convinced. I think I don't know of the evidence for it.
Okay, last one. What to expect if you die gloriously in a battle? And if you answer this, they no longer have to buy this book.
Well, that depends. Are you good looking or not?
Are you good looking or not? And if you were?
Because Freya has first pick, she will probably choose the best looking ones. She doesn't have time to do a big in-depth interview, so she'll probably just go by looks. So if you're good looking, you'll end up in Folkvang with Freya, and God knows what goes on there until Ragnarok.
But she is
If
the
you
goddess
look a little bit worse, then you'll end up in Valhalla with Odin, and you will fight and feast every day from now until Ragnarok. This might be considered a paradise, but it also might be considered the boot camp for Ragnarok. Now the real training begins.
Oops, I'm going to put that on here. I thought that Freya had a deal with Odin where she got first pick on the battlefield.
Yeah,
I keep
that's what
pointing
I
this
saw.
down. Okay, well, good then. I got that right. I saw TM did wrist or gloves. I think he's doing. Let's see. I have to point this up a little bit. I have to see where it was. TM says, by the way, I recently found out about needle binding and I'm currently working on my first gloves. So are you talking fingerless gloves or are you actually putting all the fingers on? Because that's a lot of work. I'll show you how far I got on mine. Yeah, that's the one I'm making. Yours needs repair, I see, but I didn't make those. But most of them will break here. So this is why I like to put a little extra couple of rows around the thumb, because this is usually the first place that yours is actually getting worn there too. But you managed to break yours. Come over here. So I don't have to tilt your arm in the wrong way. How did you do that? How did you break yours here? Oh, your knuckle's kind of huge.
What do I do every day?
You stick your hand behind your back? You guide?
Have you seen me doing this before?
Oh, yeah. I thought that was just an interesting injury. Oops. There we go. Nope, so I still haven't gotten further on these because I had to make hats. But the last ones I showed last week, the ones with the swirl on it, those are sold already. So I have to make more wrist warmers. These might be a little too tight. Actually, I think I put it on upside down. I did. No, I didn't. Anyway, because I like to make them fitted, so this should be starting to flare out already anyway. I make them so they start out a little bit here, and then they go tighter, and then they go out. And I think I'm literally just starting the increase row. But this will be fingerless. Oh no, it won't be fingerless. It'll be like his. It'll just be cut straight off here. But I will put a couple of rows around the thumb. I have to put that picture up on Instagram too. I started putting pictures out recently. I'm working on Kiwi says I'm working on a pair of needle-bound leg warmers that I'll give away for Christmas. Aw, I need to do needle binding Christmas presents too this year. One of your sisters said that she wouldn't actually mind having more hats. So yay. I like people who want hats because that's fast.
More than one head. Yeah,
that's the ones that they do more than one head. Yeah, no, she's got 4. Herself, her husband, and 2 children. And they all do the reenactment thing, so they would like that. Let's see. Oh, it's really crooked here. You know what I actually like leg warmers also for is if you can't get Viking socks in your boots, you can.
This is extremely disorienting.
I know, because I got it on the. It's time delay.
I see myself.
He's talking about this.
A mirror image there, and then I have the mirror image inverted there.
There it is. Yeah, and it's a time delay. See? Ha ha ha. We're messing with Karl. No, but anyway, if you can't, because my needle binding socks are usually too thick to fit in my Viking shoes. So you actually can get away with just wearing regular socks, but then you have the leg warmers on, and you just make sure that the leg warmers are long enough to tuck into the shoe, and no one will ever know that you didn't make needle bound socks. So that's my, that's why I like leg warmers. Boo, says Torben. I don't think he likes my cheating. Either that or it's for you. Torben, Audra got you some IPA. It's here. It's in the office where we hide the alcohol. We're looking up at everyone's looking down our noses now, but I should have had a taller bench here. And Torben, by the way, I'm still waiting for new podcasts to come out from you now. I've been driving every single week. Every Sunday I drive home 5.5 hours. Every Friday I drive back here 5.5 hours. No new quarantine, quarantena pills or quarantine beer podcasts.
I think I did say in the last episode that I was going to start something new instead of...
I thought they were going to do the same one, just change the name like we did.
Maybe.
This is quarantine needle binding, the first 14 episodes.
I'm not in quarantine anymore, so...
No, I know, but I need more podcasts, Torben. I like the way he critiques. We're inviting him here for Christmas beer. In December, we'll evaluate the Norwegian Christmas beers, and you and Torben, I think, have to critique them.
Is the plan now that we get drunk every second weekend?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like that plan.
No, but we'll get a lot of sleep in the Viking house under the nice duvet. Oh! Tell Audra about the duvet. It was so wonderful. I told her you to tell her. You like the duvet. The one, yeah.
It's warm.
He's not nearly as happy as I was. It's warm. It was really warm. We usually have to have like the duvet and then a bunch of blankets on top. Didn't have to do it with this one. It was nice. Adrian says, I remember Stig told the class of 1819 that he would, not 1819, but 2018 and 2019, that he would rather want to end up in Folkvanger because it sounded a lot more chill than Valhalla. I kind of would rather go to Folkvanger.
How chill it is kind of depends on Freya's needs, I guess.
Freya is the goddess of love and fertility. Karlception. Oh, I like that word. It's a new thing, Karlception. Torben says, I know, but the house and stuff makes a black bear a dull boy. Shame on you, Torben. Det var 4 kilo av ren noxa och ull over. That's why it was 4 kilos of pure Norwegian wool. It's heavy though, but it's nice. I might have to take that home during the winter. I don't know, but next week we'll be using it again.
Either that or pay the electricity bill.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's what I wrote in there. Okay, I put a thing. I have to put this a little higher so that I can't stand looking down at people. Okay, let's see. Maybe if we look down. It's really hot in the bright lights though. Okay, if you stand there. No, you're like Jesus over there. Can't have that. There's no good place to put this thing. Stand over here. Ah, there we go, this side. Okay, what did okay, Karl was freezing when I showed up on yesterday. What did I do?
You redecorated our house so it now looks like, imagine if Attila the Hun was colorblind and also American. What would the inside of his tent look like? That's what our house looks like now.
It's an homage to my mother. I have a lot of quilts for my mother anyway, but the ones that are shorter are basically lap quilts. They're not quite long enough for a double bed. Those ones I have at home. But I moving a little bit each week, and so my kid has taken over my room. It's the warmer room, and there was like this ladder kind of thing with a bunch of quilts on it. So she didn't want it in her room, so I brought it over here, and I was thinking, okay, the quilts, I could just pack them away until we're ready to move again, or should I do something with it? So we hung it up on the whole, there's all the walls in the room. Maybe we should send from there in a couple weeks. We should totally send from there. We'll have to go home a little bit early, but next week we can't, but the week after maybe. But it's quilt, and they're not in the same color scheme either, or the same pattern. So it's quite psychedelic. And then I took the pictures off the wall and hung them right back on top. So now there's like, suddenly this quilt has my kid's head popping out of it. And do you feel warmer though? I mean, it looks warmer anyway.
It looks warmer. I'm not sure if it works.
But it's like an homage to my mother. It's like this huge quilt gallery. And then in some places the wall was too short. So the quilts were too short. So there's like 3 or 4 of them on top of each other. I've got more to bring. So anyway, I have to maybe take a little video of that and send it to my mother. She'd be so proud. All of her old quilts. I take all of her cast-offs. Mom's American, obviously, so American quilts. Adrian says, it's kind of a coincidence that your Christmas market will be on my birthday. Really considering coming by. Well, you should, and the houses are filling up fast, my boy. We need people to help out with kids' activities. One year we didn't have, I don't know, we didn't get enough customers, whether we didn't do enough advertising or people just didn't want to come all the way out. Or if there was a crash in the schedule, I don't know. But we didn't get a lot of customers, and the people that were vending weren't very thrilled. So this year we're doing it differently. We're making it free for the vendors to be here, so at least they don't lose anything coming here other than gas and time. But we are also making it free for kids to come, but we're charging the parents because they can get a guided tour. They'll get the free axe throwing, the free archery, and a bunch of other kids' activities too. We'll do a Christmas workshop. So it'll be interesting to see how it is, but that means we want to have a lot of kids' activities. So if you want to come and help out, will you get a cake if you show up? I could buy them a cake. Do they sell cake at Joker still? It might be just one piece.
It depends. Sometimes they do. I think they sell cakes when one of them have a birthday. Then they remember that birthday is big, so they
Yeah.
start selling cakes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find you a piece of cake. I can promise you a piece of cake. If I bake it, you won't want to eat it. So I will buy you a piece of cake if you come
can
and...
also buy the brownies
kid's-
that lasts until Second Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, there you go. You can have an apocalyptic brownie. But yeah, no, you come. I will get you a cake if you, a piece of cake if you do some kids' activities for me. It'll be fun. It's only for a couple hours. You can like it. Well, actually, it's 2 days in a row. But if you want a house, though, the houses are actually filling up quite fast. So I think I have maybe 2 left.
I'm sneaking off for a cigarette.
You're not supposed to say that in the Viking world. I need a Viking axe. Where do we get one? Okay, Gripping Beast is where Karl got his new one. It's called Gripping Beast. I think there's 2 of them, but you want the one that's from Poland. They're on Facebook. They also have a website, but you could just kind of click to it. What? Do we have axes? We just have the little hatchets. Okay, he says they're axes. All right, Torben, we got one for you. Crap, where did we move those? They were over here. I think we have a poltergeist. The pouches are moving and we haven't been here in a while. Look at that, it's just moving. Okay, you'll have to speak up if you see an axe. No, it's the same company as that makes the axes. All right, I'll find an axe. They're $8.99. I remember that, 899 kroner. Maybe we sold them all. Where was he pointing? Okay, I am not seeing any axes. Well, we'd had some anyway, but they're like hatchet size. But he says they're correct, so I give up. He can find them later. We might have sold them all, but they were really sharp. But we do need some of those ones like he has. But I saw, yeah, anyway, Gripping Beast has had it. That's the one where Karl got his helmet from. If you go on to the Viking Valley Facebook page, there, I think it's the most recent post, actually. I have to put out something new on there. But you'll see all the suppliers anyway, and you'll see one of the pictures has axes in it and a little tag to Gripping Beast, so you can see. Lyra said she made a sad goal for the rest of the year. I'm going to use all my yarn and not buy any more until I use it unless Black Friday has something amazing that doesn't count. That's right, I forgot about that. October 31st, I usually do, what did I call it? Something you use up. You put a certain amount of yarn in a basket that you want to use up, and you have to make something with all of it. Even if it's just a little bit left, make a pouch, something, anything, but use it all. I forgot what I called that now. There was something, but should I do that again this year? This will be the 3rd year. Because I didn't use all the yarn last year, I failed. I took all this really skinny yarn and thought, oh no, I could get rid of that, but oh my God, that takes forever to finish. So maybe I should, yeah, stash busting challenge, that's what it was. So should we do that again? You're really gonna kill me if you make me do that. I'm gonna choose fat yarn because I've gotta make a lot of hats. But the idea is to use up your stuff. Okay, I'll do a stash busting challenge. Crap, I have like 10 days to do that. It's on the, 9, it's on the 31st we started. Because, you know, it's a very scary thing. So Halloween must scare each other by trying to use up all of our yarn. So you weigh it anyway. That was it, we weighed it. And if you have like 400 grams or whatever, 800 grams, and you try to use it all. And then every time you make a project, you weigh it again to see how much is left, and you keep going until it's gone. And then the last project ends up looking a little bit like yarn chicken. Maybe it's a pouch with a bunch of different colors in it. I used to have some of those in here too, actually. Okay, I'm gonna use fat yarn this time. Or no, actually, because I failed last year. I failed miserably. I still have that basket with some of that skinny yarn in. I could just promise to finish that, but Okay. All right, we're gonna do it. Who's in? Who's in for the stash busting challenge? If I do this, you're going down with me. I can bring it next week, because next week is right before Halloween. Okay. Near the shields, there was an axe. You saw one? Oh, the kids' axes. I don't think that was it. It's like, kind of like a scavenger hunt here. These axes, Runa made. Well, it wasn't just Runa, it was a team. But these are leather. There you go, Torben. You could have one of these, or you could give it to your kid, and he could smash you in the leg with it, and it won't hurt. See? It's bendy. Where did you find the axes? We went on an axe hunt, and so far all we found was the kids' axes. I thought they sold. It looks like they sold out because they used to be on that wall. Everything moves in here. We'll see if Karl can find it. Okay, Karl, I have to do a stash busting challenge next year. I completely forgot about it. It's the same company that makes those little silverware packs here I just saw not too long ago.
Yeah, are you hatchets that we have?
Yeah, it's the same company that makes these.
Yeah.
They make hatchets as well. This is actually a little silverware kit, I think. I think it's a wooden fork and spoon, if you can see it in there.
But the way I understand it, I found the Viking Age axe head on the site of their factory. So
Won't hurt, prove it, test it on Karl.
So
Game on.
they make these little hatchets,
Yeah.
but the axe head is completely fine for a weapon axe as well.
Yeah.
And you just want it on a longer, straighter shot.
Okay. Let's put this here. Turn the camera so we can see Karl. I told Horben that these axes don't hurt and I need to test it on you. So knee, shin. There we go. The look on his face says, okay, zoom in on him. Oop, this way. All right.
I think you know how to use it.
No, I always do it backwards. Does it hurt? I'm smacking him like 25.
You shouldn't be hitting people with axes, woman.
Actually, it's a little bit more. It might hurt a little bit, Torben. It might hurt just a little bit, but it's bendy. Put some will in it. Bend over, Karl.
Take it away from you and force feed you with it.
He would, actually. Okay. Albert Ardrin says, I'm still looking for some good instructions to make an archaeologically correct Sköldham breech. So my 3 meters of white wool remains untouched. Those are like, you mean like pants, breeches? Like, not like a hood. I have to make you a Sköldham hood, I think. But those are actually easy. The Sköldham hoods. But the pants, it has like all these pieces to it. I think there's like the crotch part is where it really gets interesting. That's what she said. But anyways, you got like these 2 triangles and you got like a square here and then on the other side there as well, and then comes the legs in. Google it, the Sköldham pants. That is not for the faint of heart. It's like the Viborg shirt. The Viborg tunic has also like 20 pieces to it, but it looks really nice when they're together. Not that I'm staring at anybody's crotch. There are my 2 tablet weaves. On here. We need tablet weaving in here, actually. It's been a little while. We have some local people that make one too, so local Vikings. It was on the corner of a pole. Okay, no, that might not be the axe I was thinking of. I thought he was pointing to the rubber axes. It was a corner of a pole. We have 2 poles. Oh, is it this axe you were thinking of? That's a rubber axe.
No, it's a leather axe.
The leather axe, I mean, not rubber, leather. But, because that's by the shields. I bet that was the one he was thinking of. They're going to make more of those this year, I think. Not on this side. The shields we made too, by the way. Well, not we, the runa in them. Kiwi's currently working on a brocade tablet weave. It's slow but so pretty. I still have that big tablet weaving at home that I was working on, but the color is, I thought I chose some really good colors, and they don't contrast as much as I think they did. Anyway, it was supposed to be 2 complementary colors and 1 contrast color, but they are so similar that when I'm trying to, I think I need like a really bright light on it and a magnifying glass this thick or something, because it's hard to see the color change on it. So when I mess it up, it's easy to mess up. And I'm just doing a simple pattern, I think. Yeah, we got 5 minutes left. See, there's more though. Yep, that was the one Raymond saw. It's a leather one. Doesn't hurt, or maybe Karl will say otherwise, but we're gonna try to give one to Torben's kid for Christmas. Let's see. Oh, Albert said he made one step to start selling his green vodmel wool, and he split it into 2 rolls. I was surprised. People were looking for fabric at the market. You should have been here. We only had one person selling fabric, and they didn't show up until Saturday. So the first 2 days you could have sold it all because you wouldn't have any competition. Apocalyptic brownies would go well with his Fallout gaming session, by the way, Karl. So I think we have to do that. Come, do a kid activity, and then cake or death, and I will get you an apocalyptic brownie. Okay, so next week I have to start the acoustics would be great with all the quilts on the wall. Actually, I did notice the echo was a little less in there. We'll have to send from there. 2 weeks from now, we'll send in there. I'll see if I can't even put more quilts on the wall. Oh, it's Regina. She's here. She says, nope, it's being donated. Is that one further up? Next time I am visiting, I might have to have wool for sale. You should, Albert. Okay, so next week, stash busting challenge. I have to start that. I'm gonna use fat yarn and make nothing but hats, I swear to God. Oh, you're like definitely in God mode over here. Stand over here. The light. And then it's Runa's birthday that we'll be celebrating. He'll be older than me. And that, of course, we have to do more experimental mixology. Maybe not quite so much on YouTube, though. I put out in the story, I put out like every single drink we made, and it looks like we were all having rounds of the same drink. So by the end of the night, we should have all had 12 drinks. No, that's not how it worked. Everybody made one drink and we each tasted.
I had most of them.
You had every one of them, yeah, but you were the birthday boy.
Except for the weird Russian thing with trying to put fire to things.
Yeah, that was a fun one. She wanted to do fire. What did she call that one? Come on, baby, light my fire.
Yeah, you called it that.
I called it. Well, she agreed. She thought it was good. We were trying to light absolute vanilla on fire, and it didn't work really well.
Well, it did, but the problem is that when you're in a brightly lit room and it burns with tiny little blue flames, you can't really see it.
No.
So when I burnt it in my hand, I really felt it was burning, but you couldn't see the flames.
Yeah, that's right, because then he's like, no, I'll make this work. So he does this. He pours some into his hand and then lights it on fire. Was that smart?
Didn't have any lasting consequences.
No, you weren't complaining of a sore hand in the morning anyway. What was the best drink we made?
I still think I want to give that point to Rune for his fresh.
His minty thing. What did he put in that? It was like some barely green stuff. He had the vanilla vodka in there. He had we didn't have regular vodka, so everything had vanilla vodka in it. So we have to buy that next time.
The one I came up with, I wouldn't recommend for
Oh, he
anybody.
put the Malibu stuff in there, didn't he? That got the green color. No,
The green came from Malibu.
No, it's not
from,
Malibu. It's
Midori.
Midori, that's it, yeah. And then, I have no idea what he put in that thing, but it was good.
It was good, and it wasn't overly sweet like basically
Everything else was because we had the coconut rum, we had the Midori, which tastes like melon taffy.
Yours were better than mine.
I made, well, because mine was a safe bet. I took Kahlua, and which is kind of coffee flavored or chocolatey a little bit, and Cointreau, yeah, the orange stuff. And I think I put a little bit of cream on it so it wouldn't be straight up alcohol. It was good. It was very wimpy though. And then Anders comes in. You almost wonder if he kind of started ahead of time or something. He just grabs everything on the table and pours it into one glass, and it looks like swamp water green. And then he had to add salt or something to it to make it. What did he add? He had to add something to it.
I don't remember that, but
it was,
that one I didn't have.
No, you probably shouldn't have. Oh, Anna Taylor's here from Central Arizona. Hello, you made it just in time for us to say goodbye. But no, we're going to do the stash. I'm doing the stash busting challenge. Okay, so you have to get your wool ready. We'll have to start this on Halloween, though. Karshkin, yeah. Rune had Karshkin. Tell him about the Karshkin thing, because that's a very Norwegian thing. It does exist, except for he had to make a girly Karshkin because we didn't have regular vodka.
Yeah, we didn't have 60% brännvin.
Yeah.
So normally they would use their own homemade moonshine.
So how do you make karsk though?
You have strong coffee, and you put a Norwegian 1 kroner coin at the bottom of your cup.
Yeah.
And then you add 60% or moonshine to it until you can read the year of the coin. And then you drink it.
Not just to see the coin, but you have to read the year of the coin.
Yeah.
Anyway, but because we didn't have regular vodka, we had to do it with
Vanilla vodka
with
and
vanilla vodka, so we called it a
espresso,
girl.
so it was a very girly kosh.
Yeah, and then that song came on the radio, or no, they played that song from Eger Trunder. It's like an old song that says, I'm a Trunder. I come from that part of Norway anyway, and that was perfect for him. Remember red kick and vodka, Karl, says Torben. Oh, there's a story there for next time.
No, I don't think so.
The look
I
on your
don't
face.
remember much of it.
You put moonshine till the coin dissolves. Oh my God. Okay, with that, we're at 60 minutes. So, stash bus, go through your stash, find the yarn you want to get rid of. It doesn't matter what you make, but you got to use it all. You weigh it, and this is what you're going to commit to. You can commit to 200 grams, you can commit to a kilo, it's up to you. And the idea is to use it up by the end of the year. Tip, don't go with a lot of skeins of skinny yarn with a lot of meters in it. I'm going to use fat yarn. I have to make hats. I have to make a lot of hats anyway.
You always have an exaggerated idea of how many hours are in a day, so this is going to be interesting.
I'm a tidsoptimist anyway, a time optimistic person. Have a spooky week, everyone. So we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.